Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today I'm going to be doing my final Week 1 picks and predictions. After last night, the Detroit Lions beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the season kickoff 21-20. I actually came really close to getting my full prediction right. So yesterday, I did a preview, a game preview for the Lions-Chiefs game. I predicted the Lions to win, and I predicted the Lions to win 24-20. And the final score was 21-20. So I was pretty damn close. I was 3 points off from the Lions and got the exact score prediction right for the Kansas City Chiefs. So you don't believe me? Go back and check that video where I did have the Lions winning 24-20. I know a lot of people didn't really have the Lions winning, but I did. Let's get into my Sunday predictions and Monday Night Football as well. I'm not going to be doing score predictions in this video, but I will. Well, you know what? Actually, I am going to do score predictions in this video. Thought I wasn't, but I do have some score predictions for most of these ball games. Let's get into it. So, starting off with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns, this is a hard game for me to predict. You got Cincy going to Cleveland. This is going to be a home game for the Cleveland Browns. This is on CBS at 12 o'clock. I don't know. I want to go with the Cleveland Browns because this is a home game for them. If Nick Chubb can get hot, and so can Deshaun Watson, and he can make some good connections with guys like Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, Deshaun Watson and the Browns could be dangerous in this game. And there is very well, come Sunday, a lot of NFL fans could be talking about the Cleveland Browns upsetting the Cincinnati Bengals at home. We saw the Bengals struggle last season in Week 1. Joe Burrow threw, I think, 4 interceptions. It was either 3 or 4. I think it was 4 interceptions. Joe Burrow threw 4. It was 3 or 4. Interceptions against the Pittsburgh Steelers last year in Week 1, and it was a terrible performance by Joe Burrow. It was a terrible performance by Joe Burrow, but somehow the game still went to overtime. That's how bad the Steelers' offense was last year when Mitch Trubisky was the quarterback, and the Pittsburgh Steelers won by 3 points with a game-winning field goal in Week 1, and Joe Burrow was terrible Week 1, and then rest of the season bounced back. Do we see that Joe Burrow again? Do we see the Joe Burrow terrible Week 1 and then bounce back the rest of the season and be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? I don't think we see that Joe Burrow, but I definitely think we might see a little bit of a rusty Joe Burrow after he was out for most of training camp and didn't play one snap of preseason with his injury. So maybe you could see a little bit of a rusty Joe Burrow early on. And there's a really good chance, I think this Bengals offense could be rusty in the first half. And you might not see a lot of points on offense for this for this Cincinnati Bengals offense in the first half. And I think if Cleveland gets off to a good start on offense and Cincinnati falls back, I think that could get Cleveland a good lead in the first half. And maybe Cincinnati can make a little bit of a comeback in the second half. But maybe it's just too late. I really think the Browns are going to shock a lot of people. And as much as I want to take the Bengals, and as much as I think the Bengals will probably win this ball game, and everybody's saying the Browns are going to win, it's just people talking. I really do believe you will see the Cleveland Browns win on Sunday. And I have the Cleveland Browns winning this ball game 29-23. I think their offense will get hot in the first half. You'll see them be productive. While the Bengals in the first half, I think they'll be a little rusty to start. Take them a minute to get going. I'd probably say about only 10 points in the first half of the Bengals, if not less. But then in the second half, you start to see their offense getting going, and you see Joe Burrow getting the rhythm. But it's too late, and the Browns win in a close one. I think that's how this one goes on Sunday. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars traveled to the Indianapolis. I'm seeing a lot of people saying Jacksonville's going to win this game by more points than, But I think in Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson's debut, I think the Colts are going to have their way in this game. I think the Jags are going to win, but I think the Colts, their defense and their offense is going to keep this one close. I think Trevor Lawrence might struggle a little bit in this game. I think Lawrence will struggle. I just think putting points on the board and maybe getting stopped on third downs might be a problem for Jacksonville in this game. I have this one being a game down to the wire, and the Jaguars winning it 17-15. I know that's a weird score prediction, but I think throughout most of the game, at least till the end of the fourth quarter, the Colts offense will not be able to provide any touchdowns, be 3 field goals. Jacksonville will be at 17-9. The Colts with like 5 or 4 minutes left in the ball game, will put up a little bit of a long scoring drive down to like a minute left in the game. I think Indianapolis will score a touchdown, and they'll have to go for two to try to tie the ball game, and the Jaguars defense will stop them, and the Jags will win this game 17-15 on the road. I know that's a bold prediction, but imagine that happens. And then the game that I think a lot of people are least interested to watch, the Arizona Cardinals at the Washington Commanders. The Cardinals are going to go 0-17 this year. I think the only thing that's going to be interesting to watch is if you're a Commanders fan and you're going to get to see Sam Howell have an unbelievable day for this offense. I have the Commanders winning this one 35-9. I think Sam Howell throws 3 touchdown passes, and Brian Robinson has a great day in the run game. And the Commanders don't kick any field goals. I think the Commanders score 7 touchdowns and have to kick 0 field goals. And they limit this Cardinals offense to 9 points, as starting quarterback Joshua Dobbs and the Cardinals and their terrible roster is going to go up against the Commanders team, and the Commanders are going to get a great W to start the season. Then the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons. I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this one 27-23. I think this will be a shootout between both teams. I think it'll be back and forth, scoring game. But I think the Falcons at home, Bryce Young and his rookie debut, it might be a little bit hard to see Carolina get going in this game on offense. But I think eventually Bryce Young will get into hanging things, and Carolina might be able to pull a win out. But I think the Falcons will win this one 27-13. Then my favorite team, the Houston Texans, travel to Baltimore against the Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this one 28-17. I think CJ Stroud throws a touchdown pass, and Dameon Pierce has a touchdown on the run. And I think also you also make a field goal. And I think this Ravens offense, a lot of people probably have the Ravens offense scoring. If you look at scoring predictions, a lot of people are gonna have the Ravens scoring over 28 points, and a lot of people are gonna have the Texans scoring under 17 points. But look at this: you have a quarterback in CJ Stroud who has a really good arm. You have a great wide receiver group with Robert Woods, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Noah Brown, and even Xavier Hutchinson. And you have a tight end in Dalton Schultz. You have a great running game, which could definitely get you some great yardage with Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary. So I think that should be able to get you a couple of decent drives on Sunday against the Ravens. And the Ravens offense, look at what they have going on. Odell Beckham Jr. is questionable, but even if he plays, Lamar Jackson is dealing with some new weapons. Odell Beckham Jr. and Zay Flowers are both 2 new weapons. Rashad Bateman is coming back from season-ending injury. There's a new offensive coordinator, so it might take the Ravens a little bit, just like the Cincinnati Bengals, to get going on offense. So I think the Ravens offense might struggle a little bit early on, especially against a boosted and upgraded Texans defense. I think the Texans lose this one 28-17. Then as for the New Orleans Saints and the Tennessee Titans, I have the Saints winning this one 24-17, and the Saints winning at home in the season opener. But then I have the Steelers beating the 49ers with a huge upset as the Steelers play this one at home, and I think this will be a win for the Steelers 20-17. I think the Vikings beat the Buccaneers 34-27 at home. I think that will be a shootout. I think the Bears beat the Packers. Christian Watson is out, and I think the Bears get a good win over Green Bay to start the year. I think they win this one 24-23. Then I have the Denver Broncos beating the Las Vegas Raiders. In this game, I have the Broncos winning 28-13. And then this one will be a really fun game to watch. The Miami Dolphins versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I think you will see. I think I'm going to go with the Chargers. I want to go with the Chargers because they're the home team, and I actually am going to go with the Chargers getting a very close win, 31-28. But I think there's a definite chance the Dolphins could win this game. But I think the Chargers at home have to be favored. And then the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to New England. I would say this is going to be a blowout, but this is a home game for New England. And not only that, but New England has a good defense. I think the Eagles win this one of a score of 26-16 with a 10-point victory for the Eagles. Then the Los Angeles Rams traveling the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seattle Seahawks win this one 30-14. Cooper Kupp is out. I think Stafford does okay, but no Cooper Kupp. That will be a big factor for the Rams, and I think the Seahawks get a big win over the Rams 30-14. And then Sunday Night Football, you have the Dallas Cowboys against the Giants. The Giants haven't beat a healthy Dak Prescott since December 11th, 2016. I don't think that changes here. I think the Cowboys win 31-24 against the New York Giants. And then the Buffalo Bills over the New York Jets. This one's at home. I have the Jets beating the Bills at home Monday night, first Monday Night Football of the season. I have the Jets winning 33-30, and Rodgers and the Jets getting a win during Aaron Rodgers' Jets debut. So that's what I have, the scores, and that's my picks and predictions for week 1 of Sunday's games and Monday Night Football. You guys let me know your thoughts and give me your predictions in the comment section. Peace out.